Okay, welcome back. It's been a while. We're going to do a stuffed tenderloin today. We're going to do two stuffed tenderloins, in fact, because I'm a greedy pig, and one is basically just not going to be enough. So I'm going to butterfly these two tenderloins out, and then I'm going to put in a whole bunch of stuff. First of all, I'm going to make this up. So I'm going to sweat this down, add the shallots, add the mustard, add the spices, bits and bobs, and this parsley as well.
Lots and it's mushrooms in there.
Yes, sorry, this is a bunch of mushrooms. This is a punnet, a whole punnet of mushrooms. Obviously, if you can half this if you're just going to do one tenderloin, but we're going to do a couple. So once that is done, that'll be a nice sort of, I guess almost like a duxelle that you put around a Wellington. Thank you, DP. So we'll put that on the, we'll butterfly these, and I'm going to smash them out a little bit, so flatten them out to make a couple of sort of almost A4 size rectangles of porky goodness. Then I'm also going to put this in here as well. I'll line it with some prosciutto and then roll them up. So if you're going to do one tenderloin, fine, you can butterfly that as thinly as you like. I won't bother with the butterflying, there's YouTube videos on that stuff. But what I'm going to do is actually do two of them. So I'm going to butterfly two, lay them side by side, do this whole malarkey, and then roll one up into the other, so it's kind of double thickness. Then I'm just going to wrap it with bacon, because, you know, what doesn't taste better wrapped in bacon? So we'll come back when I've done some more of that work and talk you through the next bit. Okay, just realised I didn't talk about any of the ingredients, so let's have a quick look at what we've got here in terms of spices and whatnot. So we've got here pepper, salt, thyme, sage, and garlic powder, and we've got about a tablespoon of mustard, it's like sort of Dijon, and we've got 2 or 3 shallots, and let's say a handful of parsley.
Yeah, about a whole pack, a 30-gram pack, that is. Perfect.
Okay, thank you. And then the punnet of mushrooms we talked about, just a regular pack of bacon, streaky bacon. It doesn't really smoked or whatever you fancy, doesn't matter. And then 2 roughly similar sized pork fillets. Okay, so I butterflied these and I bashed them out as well. It's often a good idea. Obviously, bashing meat like this, family show, but bashing meat like this does allow you to sort of spread things out a little, and you can kind of shape things as well, depending on. You don't have to go at this too hard. It's a very soft piece of meat. You can see how I've made a couple of mistakes with the butterflying, a couple of gaps, but it's not going to matter because it's going to get wrapped in bacon. You just want something that's roughly sort of this shape and size. I'm going to top to tail these because they do taper slightly, these fillets. They look in the packaging, they look very cylindrical, but they will taper a little bit. So I'm just going to, what I've done is I've moved this one around so it should make up a reasonably square piece. Doesn't matter, it's only aesthetic. It's going to cook fine, and like I said, it's going to be wrapped in bacon, so who cares? All right. I'll resist the urge, I think. Anyway, so have a look at this. So I've got it onto sort of overlap these ever so slightly in the middle. Just put a bunch of prosciutto on. I didn't video that bit because you don't need to see me cursing about trying to separate the sheets of prosciutto, the slices of prosciutto. And then basically what I'm going to do is just stick this on here and cover it to within, I don't know, a couple of centimetres of the borders, and then roll it up. But we'll come back for the roll up and then come back after it's tied up, I think, after the bacon's on. All right. The ingredient I forgot to mention was obviously butcher's twine. Once you've rolled the thing up and wrapped it in your bacon, you'll need to tie it just to keep the bacon secure. You could use cocktail sticks, I guess. I prefer to use these because I'm not. If I forget to take a piece of string off, it's not going to cause anybody any distress. I haven't used a butcher's knot on these because it wouldn't take the strain. It's way too soft. So I've literally just double overhanded these just to keep the bacon in place. And now what I'm going to do is get the grill up to speed, and I'm going to cook this indirect, bung a bit of apple wood perhaps on it to give it a little more smoky flavour, and probably give it, I don't know, I'm just going to go with the temperature with the thermometer. So I've got a meter I'm going to stick in this and get it up to at least 65 degrees just to make sure it's good, and then we'll see what the colour looks like after that. I don't think I'm going to put any bastes or sauces on it. I'm just going to let it go as it is. There's plenty of fat in the bacon to keep it nice and moist. So let's see how that goes. All right, so let's have a look at how we're going to cook it. So I've got this on. I've got a chimney full of charcoal in here. I've not let it all. It's not flaming, so it's going to cook in direct. So I've sort of half closed the dampers on the bottom and half closed the vent on the top because I don't want it too hot. I'm basically just going to rest that there like that. And that's olive. I'm using olive today. And that'll smoke away. Oh, Harold. Right. And then, yeah, so I've got the meter in there, so we'll track that up to about 65 degrees.
It's already in there?
The meter's in there.
Oh, right, okay.
Look.
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. You
Okay.
can hardly see it.
And, yeah, so we'll track that up to about 65 and then see what else we need. Right, Lucas. Birthday boy. Birthday next Saturday?
Next Thursday.
Next
He's going to be
Thursday.
20.
20 years old on Thursday. Well done, Lucas. Dude, he can't hear us. He's deaf. Hey, boy. You okay? Good lad.
Good for 20, Lucas.
You're doing all right, sunshine. So we're about 55 degrees, so about 10 degrees off at the moment. So we're just going to give it a turn around, see what the colour looks like as well. The olive smells really nice. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay. Turn that around, move it a little closer. Okay, so what we'll do when it's about ready, when that's about ready, we'll take the probe out and we'll roll it around to give it a bit of a sear on the direct coals. But for now, we'll just give that a few more minutes to get up to 65 degrees and see how it looks. Okay, let's see what's ready. There you go, look at that. So let's just do the second opinion. So that's nicely above 62 degrees. Just check it in a few places, make sure it's okay. So the thinner end, the tapered end is a little bit high temperature. Just check in the middle. Perfect. Right. Now we're going to rest that for a few minutes, and if you rest it, it'll get a little crispy, and we'll be able to slice it up and have something for dinner. See how it is? Let's get some slices done.
Oh, that does look nice. It smells divine.
It smells really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
getting a good look at the pork.
It looks great.
It's all rock and roll, isn't it? Right, okay, so we'll see you next time for another one, hopefully, pretty soon.